Well, good morning, folks, or whatever. Good day. Got a truck in the shop. It's almost as good looking as Wade's Blackie, but anyways, yeah. We're gonna do a little air conditioning work today. It's kind of late in the season already, but good old Kenworth only took me 2 weeks. Well, I shouldn't say that. The first one I ordered, I can't make this hose. Okay, I could make a lot of hoses here in the shop, but this one I couldn't make because of this end with all the great fittings on it. And the first one I got, the first week when I ordered it, and it came the next day, they had it wrong. They had a straight fitting here. So then I called them back and I said, hey, this is the part number I got, this is the serial number. I went through the whole rigmarole again, and they said, oh, that's the wrong hose. No kidding. So that was about a week and a half ago. It was on back order. Maybe there's a lot of air conditioning going on in the country right now. I don't know. Could be. So that goes from the right here. Whoop, look at where you're talking. From the top of the compressor up to the, geez, Mike, evaporator up here on the front, the condenser, excuse me, and with the service port and whatnot. And then, so at the same time, I don't always buy everything right from Kenworth, only what I have to, because you know it's kind of pricey. But I made up the other hose that goes all the way over to the expansion valve already. Bought a dryer. So that's what I'm up to. It's you know, it's going to be almost 90 up here today, 85, something like that. And this truck really doesn't get used until first crop of hay season, and it's the local farmer. They rent our fields, and first crop is coming. So that's what we'll be doing. Okay. Somebody snuck into my shop. Uh-oh. Kid must have to poop. Well, I got everything on. New line. Talking to the camera, dear. I got the new line on here. Going up to the condenser thing. I'm pulling vacuum right now. New dryer. New line going over to the expansion valve. And I had to call Kenworth. They're alright, guys. At least the shop guy was really cool. Helpful. And I'm pulling her down into a vacuum right now, and we're doing real good. If you can see that. Got 4 minutes left on a half-hour vacuum. This is an old machine that I got from the old Snappy guy. And works good for me though. Then I'm going to let it sit for another half hour or so, or whatever. Drink some more coffee. It is Saturday. And see if we've got her complete. That's what I do. My machine doesn't tell me. I have to just come back and watch the gauge. And if we're good, I'm probably going to vac it down one more time, because the system was open, sitting outside for a few days. Even though I got a new dryer in it, I like to vacuum down twice and cook out all of that moisture. Basically, by vacuuming, you're boiling out the moisture. If I remember my training. Yeah, well, you're just, yeah. And then I'll charge it, and then we'll test her out. So, all right. Bring you back when she's working. What do you want? Oh, you want me to talk now?
Yeah.
Alright, well, you know me. I got my best, I couldn't figure out the problem until I put this hat on. And all of a sudden I got really freaking smart. It has to do with this hat, I think. No, anyways, I put the hose on and all that stuff, and I didn't like the vacuum, but I charged it anyways because I could suck it right back out, you know, right away, because I got a machine there. And sometimes you got to do it. Don't tell anybody, it's not the right way to do it, but I don't have a bottle of nitrogen laying around, and I'm not going to push oxygen in there, so I charged it a little bit and ran it. come see what I got. I show you. Out of the goodness of who I am, I always try to get the evaporator clean. In other words, the part that blows air through it into the cab. So I took the cover off to get all the mice shit out of it, mice poop. And this is from a farm. And, you know, silage, whatever, dust, dirt, and it's filthy in there. When I took the cover off, I could hear. So now Donna's she's behind the camera. She's gonna put the yellow glasses on the front of the camera and show you what the dye looks like through the camera. Because I did put dye in this the last time I worked on it, and then I let it sit.
First they'll show without.
There it is without.
Now I'm gonna put the lens on.
Now that's all leaking out of the evaporator through the sheet metal. It's a big leak. I lost about 1/4 of an ounce, that's all, when I did this test. So anyway, so now I just got off the phone with Kenworth. What are you doing now?
Showing it where it dripped down when it was leaking.
Down? I can't see it because I don't have the glasses on.
Yeah, it was all down the hoses.
Anyways.
And even down to the floor. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I just got off the phone with Whopper. Whatever you call it, Whopper. And see what happens when you put the hat on? The logger weight hat? You just become a super intelligent human being and you find stuff like this. It's all in the hat. Or is it? Anyways, they had the expansion valve, but they don't have the evaporator in stock. And then the parts guy said, "Oh, I just ordered a whole dozen of them this week, so they'll be here, and it's the holiday, so Tuesday." So we'll finish this. I'm gonna tear it up, tear it out, and then we're gonna finish this thing there next week, and then so you'll know this is. I'm just gonna post a video like this because basically I got to pull that out, put the new one in, put a new expansion valve in there, and then I pull the hook, the hose back up, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, all right. So that's it. The rest of it, the compressor, everything was working good. It was starting to cool in the whole 9 yards, and like I said, I just went above and beyond because I didn't like the airflow coming out of the cab. It just was like, no way, that ain't enough. And of course, those fins, the air's gotta go through those fins to have heat transfer or cold transfer. So there you are. All right. Anything else you want to see here? Evaporator's right there. She's plugged right tight, full of dirt. So this guy who's going to get this truck back should be like the coolest cat of the whole farm fleet. He'll have to wear a winter jacket in there when we get done with this. And then like this too, I don't know who the last guy was in here. It's just sitting in there, which is whatever. There's some rubber there, but there's supposed to be mastic, or like the box seems to be rotted out, so I'll have to make it. Yeah, I can put my finger through it here. So there's cardboard in there. Somebody else was in here once before, so we'll get her though. We'll get her sealed up, and so the guy's nice and cool. Bye. That's all I got. All right, I'm back for a little bit. I just want to show you guys this, what I was talking about. The fan sits up here, blows through the compartment and blows your air through this coil. I'm gonna get my head away from that camera. But look at it, she's pretty tight, and I knocked some of the stuff off already. She's plugged. You don't get cold air in the cab if that thing is plugged. So we're gonna pull her out of there. Auger Wade style. Well, I better quit referencing him, but he'll get mad at me. Nah, he don't care. Oh boy, there we go, and there's the heater core behind it. Farm rated, I'd say. Let's see where that hit. Oh yeah, right there's where she was leaking, somewhere on this end. See the wetness. Oh yeah, look at there. There it is. No shit. She rubbed through
Huh. Wow, isn't that something? I don't know if you guys can see that. It was in there so tight, and the vibration rubbed a hole right in it, and that one's about to be next. Would you imagine that? Because I've never really seen an evaporator go to hell. Other than when they collapse here from freezing. But, so there it is. Now if I was good, I'd braise that up and put it back in, but if you put flames to R134, you gotta have that clean. If you breathe the vapor from that, it turns into phosgene or some weird gas and it'll take your lungs away from you. So fire and Freon don't mix. Just to warn you people, if you ever get into that, don't ever do that. Okay. Anybody watching me? I'm cleaning the threads off the evaporator because they're into aluminum. What do they call it? The expansion valve. And they suck getting out. They're all corroded. But I fixed the hole. See? Can you see it there?
Right there.
I silver brazed it. So hopefully I saved them about 500 bucks. I'm gonna put it back in and I'm gonna hook it up and then charge it up yet today, and we'll see if that holds the vacuum and the pressure. I took coil and fin cleaner and got it right, just to prove it to you. Can you see light through there?
Yep.
It was plugged tight. Air can't flow through it, see? Now it can. So that's what I did, I silver brazed it. See, and I learned that a couple of months ago. I thought, what the hell, AC guys use it all the time. There's just a hole in the heavy wall tube, so good, I'll put it back together. Recycle, reuse, man. I'm just getting all the corrosion out of these threads. So I'll bring it back when I'm charged up and it's holding negative. What do they call that? Inches of mercury. Okay, see ya. Well, I guess we're gonna look at this and see what I got. I got one of them. Negative 28 and a half. About all I can get at our elevation, I would guess. So I just shut it off, or just finished its half-hour cycle of vacuum. And I'll show you what I got here. I got her all put back in there. You saw me with the brazing. And that box is all rotted out from the water sitting in it. I rinsed it out, got her clean. So, got everything put back together, expansion valve cleaned out. I'm gonna fill it up in probably another 15-20 minutes. A lot of this AC work is just do the work, stand around and wait for the machine, you know, but you gotta do it, and you gotta get the leaks, because it's against the law to let any Freon go. It's against the law. So I'll give it a little bit, I'll charge it, and hopefully I'll bring you back in a few minutes and we'll see where we're at. Hey, so now don't judge. Don't judge me. This truck that I'm fixing with the air conditioner is basically for going in the fields and picking up hay. You know, they shoot hay and do it with the whatever they call it and yada 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 yada. So back and forth to the farm and air conditioning, and it's I don't know what vintage, 98, 99 Kenworth, but I had to do something that's kind of, I don't know what you call it. It's not the best, but you know what? They got to go to work this week. It's getting hot out, and I can't get a whole, the air conditioner box, the heater core box that mounts onto the cab is just rotted, rusted. The water must have backed up at one time, whatever. So I'm going to show you don't judge. I think it's a cool idea. Because after all, it's a multi-use thing. We got an old license plate. I keep all my license plates for 1990. But this whole section was rotted out. Rusted right out, gone. And you can see I got the expansion valve, the hose is coming. Got it nice and tidied up. I used some of this Mastix type gooey stuff for behind there to get it all sealed up, because if the air is coming out into the engine compartment, it ain't going in the cab. So the bottom of the box has got a nice rotten spot too, and I can't really do much, but it's on the other side of the cold. I need the pressure side. On this side I need that air to be pressurized and go through that evaporator. So that's my little fix. You know, call it what you will. But she's nice and solid now. That thing was just blowing tons of air right out of there, and they couldn't push it through the coil. So now it's gonna go through the coil and into the cab and get the guy cold. So that's it. She held pressure. She's getting down to 50 degrees in the cab. It's 72 in the shop. By the way, I got central air in my shop. We're setting record temperatures today here in Wisconsin, apparently. I don't know, I'm nice and cool. I'm in the shop and I got the AC running, so. Yeah, anyway, so that's it. See you later. It's called, I want to say Redneck Engineering, but I don't want to say that to offend anybody down south. Let's call it Jimmy rigging. Let's call it that. So, alright, hope you guys are well, and we will see you on the next one. See you, bye!